everybody, and welcome to Viva Aaliyah. We are very, very, very excited to have you on our second to last episode of season 1. Holy shit. It's our second to last episode of season 1. Next season, we have an amazing lineup for you, but we are not disappointing with our last 2 episodes. We have such wonderful people that we are bringing on, people that are near and dear to my heart that I've seen compete across the country and are ready to slay in November or beyond, depending on what we end up doing at Nationals. I want to bring somebody on first who is no stranger to Viva Aaliyah. She actually kicked off our season 1 in our entire show with you and me. Oh yeah, thank you. My straw was in the way. She kicked off our season 1 in our entire show with you and myself. I just said that, but hi repeating me. And she is my dear sister, my friend, my brother, my confidant, my everything. She is Miss Gay United States 2019. I almost said 2018 because that's my year. But 2019, and this is Tajma Stetson!
Hi! I'm so happy to be back.
Oh my gosh. I mean, you will be back yet again after this, but I am so beyond happy to have you, and I cannot wait to dive in with these contestants. They are fiery and ready to go.
Are we diving? I didn't dress for that.
Ooh. I have my scuba suit on, as you can see.
It's truly scuba. I'm in Chanel, so I can't really dive in this. I'm sure fruit, but he's dead, so...
You will look like the ethereal being that you are underwater, and I will just be diving and beautiful.
Ethereal, excellent. I love
in my scuba suit. Taj, how are you feeling about these episodes?
I have been okay. So, like you said, I was the very first Viva Aaliyah guest. Gagged about that. I felt honored and privileged, and we of course talked about Miss Gay United States then, and how you crowned me. Last May, 2 Mays ago. We've been through May. There's a global health event going on for those that don't know.
Literally, event is the best word you could use.
Event. We love an event. We don't love this one, but you know what? We're pushing on, and I was the first guest, and I'm happy to be the second to last guest and introduce contestants that are fighting it out for my crown. Not yet, but in November in Roanoke, Virginia, at the legendary park. Legendary The Park. Wait, it's the park, but it's legendary. Where we kicked off Miss Gay United States 15 years ago. I am number 15. So we're going to hand to number 16 in November. It's very exciting. We have 3 contestants this week, 3 contestants next week with our national promoter, basically our pageant liaison. She's an amazing drag entertainer and amazing person. No, Ariane Descartes. You're with her next week and other contestants, right?
Yes.
This week, it's me and 3 of my sister contestants, and I'm excited to have them here. And I'm excited to be sort of finalizing out your first season. Yeah, okay, let me put the agenda aside for a second.
Yeah, no,
When you decided about this idea, it was long before our global health event, and I was like, it's brilliant. You should absolutely do that. You're terrific on the mic. You're great to interview with people. You know what to drink and the time is right. And I said, this is going to be a great interview show. Everyone's going to want to tune in. Everyone's going to be a part of it. And then hurry up to the global health event. And you went, I think we're going to start it now because the bitch is at home, got time. She's got the equipment, or at least you got it in. And then got it in. And then started Viva Aaliyah. And you were like, hey, I'm doing this in 2 weeks. So get ready. You're the first interview. And I was like,
literally
all kinds of wigs and trying to get costumes together, and I ended up settling on one outfit. I was so nervous for an interview, but it was fabulous and fun, and I followed Viva Aaliyah ever since. And I want to say I'm so proud of you, and I love this show. I love what it means. I love what it says to me. I love what it says to the entire world. I love what it says to anybody willing to sit down with an amazing, articulate, talented queen and talk about life. Last week's episode was particularly wonderful, but we won't get into the details because I'll need a tissue, and you all can discover what that is in your own time. But I'm just so proud of you, sis. I love this so much. I mean, if only people could know how close you and I are and what this means to us and how much we've been through. It's like, duh, of course we're going to do this together. And I'm thrilled to be here. And so proud of Viva Aaliyah, you and Dominic and Chip and everybody that has been a part of it. Numberless people. They're all named. Everybody's got a name. But the number is so large that so many people contributed. And I'm so excited for season 2. I hope to be a part of it somewhere and not wrapped in a slip and slide. But if it's got to be on a slip and slide, I'll do it. Blue is a good color for me. So,
I mean, if you and I are on a slip and slide, then that will be season 2. Sarah, hi.
We're on a slip and slide together. That'll be everything.
Mary Kate Corpita, Jeremy.
Okay, all the way from Texas.
Yes. Thank you. That is my mother-in-law, and Mary Kate Corpita is my soon-to-be sister-in-law. So. I do have to say something really quick because today was an exceptional day. I had a show earlier, so I have to give a special thanks to Chip, my husband, and Chris Koval is here with us.
Hi, Chris.
Who I know you know, but they literally got me together in 15 minutes. We actually pulled this show together because I was asleep in bed because I did a show in the 90-degree heat outside today.
Oh!
And I, I almost raised a can, but we'll raise a glass to that. I
can anyway.
I literally was like, I need to sleep, and they let me sleep. And Chip woke me up. My husband, for those of you who don't know, is Chip. Chip woke me up 15 minutes ago, and here we are now. And I retouched my face. They got me dressed. They got me together. Chris made these delicious fucking cocktails, which we'll talk about in a second. And they were zipping and hairpinning and all of that up until this episode. So thank you for that, because I'm so excited. I wanted to do something a little different than we normally have. I wanted to end the season with a bang. And these beautiful contestants have won their titles or their positions fair and square. They were all fierce competitors. I've judged some of them. You've seen all of them. And they deserve time on stage and on screen because they have not had that chance like you and I have had as queens and title holders. You actually have been stripped of some of your time on stage, but you and I have at least been able to like feel that energy of wearing your crown and being on stage, and some of them have not. So I wanted to do that. So I'm very excited for today. I'm very excited to chat with all of them in next week with Ariane De Cardeza, our national director. So I guess without further ado, you can introduce them by title and what they represent to you. And let's do this.
Well, I want everyone to know first, these are not all, we are unfortunately still in the middle of our preliminary season. So these are not all of Miss Gay United States 2020. But they are the ones that are in the running right now. And we will adhere way more to the list as the year goes on, leading up till November. But the ladies that were free tonight and available to do this interview are here. And tonight we have 3 Midwest girls. And, you know, I toot the horn real big for the Midwest. You are not a pretty girl from the Midwest, so I'm just saying, step it up, everybody else on the coast.
Really quick before we start, I actually forgot to ask you, Tajma, what's in your glass?
Oh God, it's all Chanel.
Yes.
Oh, my glass. What's in my glass? This is a Transformations glass, but I'll tell you about that later. It is vodka. I put a couple shots of vodka in, about to here, some ice cubes, cranberry juice, and ginger beer. It's to match my hair. It's called Tajma's wig.
Girl, that sounds good.
Cheers. What's in your glass? What's this natural cocktail that you were
I'm actually drinking a Sex on the Beach, but elevated.
So anal sex on the beach.
Anal sex on the beach. Yeah. Sex in the sand.
Sex in the, which I think is only a thing that lesbians should do. Anyway, I don't know. I don't know what they do.
I live for that.
I don't know what they do. I'm sure they're very happy together. And as much as I swear to God, if I was a woman, I would be a lesbian. So I would then have to discover what that is. But let's not talk about that. Let's talk about our guests. I think I want to bring them on in alphabetical order because I can't decide why. Another reason to bring them on. They don't have contestant numbers yet. So let's bring on, she is the reigning Miss Gay Kansas. Please welcome the one and only Deja Brooks. Hi, Deja.
Hello.
Hi, I'm sorry.
I love that we started alphabetically.
Okay, me too.
I love that we did too. Actually,
You look gorgeous, girl. You look fabulous.
You do look stunning. What's going on behind you? Can I ask first?
Yeah, it's my wall of travel. It's my wall of travel. I get to travel the world and do some amazing events. And everywhere I go, I try to bring back a little memorabilia. And this is my little wall of wonder. So
impressive. I love it a lot.
Thank you.
Are you drinking a cocktail too?
A little glass of Prosecco this evening.
Oh, how classy. Very nice. Well, let's start off with a cheers. Cheers.
Yes, let's cheers to you, Deja.
Oh, thank you so much for having me on Viva.
I'm so excited to have you. I'm gonna, if you don't mind, Tajma, I'm gonna ask that you, if you can, start with your question and then end with your other question, if you have one.
Okay, yes. I want to know, I don't want this to be like a pageant interview because you're preparing for that in a different way. This is more fun, and this is just to get to know you because you could possibly be the next Miss Gay United States. So I want to know how you came to know me. How did you come to know me?
How did I come to know you? Oh my gosh! Well, Kansas City obviously is such a small, close-knit family when it comes to drag, and so
we live very close. So Deja, you live in Kansas, I live in Missouri, but we're in the Kansas City area together.
That's right. That's right. I represent Kansas, baby, where you represent Missouri and the United States.
Yes.
So, with us being such a close-knit family, when new girls come into the scene, you immediately are drawn to them. And so I was certainly drawn to you because you kind of had this little Broadway flair to you. A little spunk, a little show fire, if you will. And so the first couple of shows, like St. Joe, I think we got to see you do Push the Button in St. Joe.
Yes! That's a throwback. I need to bring it back.
It's such a fabulous song.
It is a good song.
But anyways, and then, just getting to see you start your adventures in competing. I think, was your first one Miss Kansas City for Miss Missouri?
It was a different prelim to Miss Gay Missouri America. It was Miss Metropolitan.
That's right. That's right. Yeah.
Like the big impetus behind our friendship, now that you're saying all this, is we competed in the America system together a lot.
Right. Years ago. But we won't say that because that will just date us.
It will date us. And actually, we look younger now than we did then. We didn't know what we were
doing. Yeah. No, both of you were stunning then, and I actually was able to witness both of you competing, so
that's right.
I mean, both of you are stunning, and I was happy to do that.
Such good memories.
Great
we
have photographic proof to the point where it was pre-digital, like prints of us in drag. Like, girl, 3x5 print when you had to go
smile. But that's where I started to get to know you, and from there, I think, pageants and road trips and traveling to St. Louis and Miss Gay America together, and just so many great times.
Well, I'm thrilled for you to be Miss Kansas. You are the very first Miss Gay Kansas United States, which I'm really proud of.
I love it.
So happy that. Do you have your crown? Oh, you have your crown there. Yes. I thought you and Genewa might wear yours. I wasn't sure. I was like, girl, do I need to put mine on? But mine is right here, so I just left it out.
She's in the view.
About it, but
I'm thrilled you're going to champion Kansas at Miss Gay United States. You're going to champion Miss Gay Kansas United States for the rest of your life because it's a lifetime gift as a title holder to reign. You don't reign every year. Obviously, you'll hand it down, but you'll be the first, and you'll always be there in Kansas to represent that. That's fabulous, and you're going to bring it to the stage in the interview room at Miss Gay United States. I'm so excited for you. So excited for you.
Thank you.
Aaliyah, do you have a question for Deja?
Yeah. First of all, I will just to add on to what you were saying, Deja. When I was literally fortunate enough to judge you at Miss Kansas, and your entire package was very well thought out. First of all, I'm I tried to steal your talent costume, and it did not work for me. But
he has armed guards all the time.
Literally, I felt like I was dealing with like ADP or something. Like we just need. I just want it. That talent costume was wonderful, and if you have a chance, please come to Miss Gay United States at the park in Roanoke, Virginia. You can find the information on my page, Tajma's page, Deja's page.
Right.
All of us have been tagged into the flyers. Please come, and if you cannot come, then find somebody who did and get the video, honey. There will also be DVDs. I'm very well sure that we will have that. So I just wanted to say that first, that you were a beautiful competitor, and I cannot wait to see what you bring to nationals. But I know that it's been very different for all of you preparing in this COVID world, and you're not able to travel as much. You're not able to represent your title as much in person.
But nationals, like from the get.
Yeah, it's just been crazy for all of us. We're all trying to figure out this new world. So how has it been actually preparing for a pageant? I know that designers and jewelers and all of that are probably slowing down production. And what's actually been the hardest moment? So 2 questions in there. How has it been preparing during COVID, and what's been the hardest moment for you?
Sure. I just want to go back and first say a big thank you to Mulan, or AKA GB Couture, because she truly was the brains behind my look at Miss Gay Kansas, and so I owe everything to her. She is
all big fans.
An amazing and talented seamstress as well as entertainer. So big shout out to Mulan.
Throwing my hands up for her, because could never.
You know, I think with COVID, we're all dealing with the uncertainty of what tomorrow is going to look like. And so for me, like, my full-time daytime job came to a complete halt because I travel the world and do corporate events. And so when you have COVID just knocking on your door, we're done. And so I've been out of work basically since March. I traveled right before Miss Gay Kansas and came home, and I've been home ever since. So that really is the big thing, is the uncertainty. Now with that and the pageant world, the uncertainty is even, harder, because I really strive for a team, and my team, I want to make sure that they are comfortable in what they are going to be doing to represent me at nationals. And so we've had several talks about, what they're feeling when it comes to traveling. Traveling is huge right now, whether you're driving or flying. The uncertainty of driving to the uncertainty of flying, and what those precautions are. And so my team really kind of put that forefront, and they have some reservations, and I don't blame them, because I support them just as much as they're supporting me in this endeavor. And so right now, that really is kind of the biggest thing, or the biggest hurdle that I'm trying to jump over, is making sure that not only am I safe, but my team is safe, to the other competitors, to, our whole Miss Gay United States sisters, like everyone. We just need to make sure that we're all safe during this time. And really, for me, that's been the hardest part. It's not my package. My package is where it needs to be, and it's coming together quite fine, but it's really just that uncertainty. You can't plan accordingly to some degree like you want to. And that's really we're all in that, we're all in that together right now.
For sure.
I completely agree with that, and feeling for you and your team. Coming all the way from Kansas, I know that's the thing about a national pageant. If we were all in the same area, it seems like, okay, we could monitor where everybody's coming from, what their status of their home city is like, yada, yada, yada. But this is for an entire country. I mean, Gay United States pageantry is the only national pageant system that is represented coast to coast. So we literally have people from West Coast to East Coast and everywhere in between coming together. So it's questionable, not necessarily what our hometown is like, or what the park is going to be like at nationals, but everything in between.
Exactly.
What's going to happen?
Absolutely. Yeah. I just want to commend you for actually doing what I think Tajma and I would both do, is and thinking of our teams first and making sure that they're all comfortable. It's so hard to actually try and, people don't realize how hard it is to, first of all, conceptualize a talent or conceptualize a category, and then pull it into fruition and make sure that it's actually something that you can put on stage.
Yeah.
And to have to think beyond just studios, or we're rehearsing in our homes or something like that, is beyond anything that we're used to dealing with. And so to actually have to say, like, oh, are you comfortable coming to this rehearsal? Or are you somebody who's willing to go to a national? If you're comfortable coming to the rehearsal, that's great. But are you actually comfortable coming to the national then?
Yeah.
And doing something that's beyond what we normally do, then that's something that you have to actually think about now.
Then you confront your team, you go, okay, it's been moved to November, and they look at you like this. So
right.
You just have to deal with that. And that is not a judgment on the date. We're very excited to have it in November.
Of course. You know, I think the other part is just the components.
You want to plan as long as possible, but now the plan is to plan it in as short amount of time as possible, because you want to lead right up to it.
Right.
Well, absolutely. I'm proud of you having that very real statement, Deja, and conversation with your team. In fact, I spoke to you that same night, didn't I? That you were with your team talking about what's going to happen. I'm sure proud of you. I know some of your team, including GB Couture and Mulan, I should say their name. Sorry, GB Couture, and everybody that's coming along with you. And I think you should shout out your promoter right now while I have you here.
I should. Well, Miss Kansas would not be possible without a good friend of mine, which is Steve Maselli. So big, huge shout out to Steve Maselli. And supporting drag. He has been a fan of drag for many years, has put himself into drag to compete for charity in Lawrence, Kansas. And the fact that I not only have a friend, but a promoter who is truly invested in the art of female impersonation means the world to me. And the fact that, he brought this to Lawrence, to Kansas, is so big. It's so big.
I can sign up on that. I know Steve personally too. Yeah. He has supported me and Deja together in drag. And Miss Kansas, he went, well, how can we make this big? And Aaliyah, you're a judge. You know how big Miss Kansas is. You should know that Steve Maselli owns and operates a very fabulous, multi-purpose, for lack of better terms, establishment in Lawrence, Kansas. This is one of my favorite places. And he was able to make Miss Kansas happen to the point where our national promoter was like, I wonder what nationals would look like in Lawrence, Kansas.
I mean, I am not against
facility.
that.
It is an amazing place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think if Steve had his way, nationals would be welcoming, welcome to Kansas. But
I would welcome that thought, because it was beautiful. It was wonderful. And you were such a beautiful contestant there.
Deja, you have a lot to say and a lot to represent at nationals. I'm so proud of you. I can't wait to see you there.
Thank you. Thank you.
Beyond proud of you. And I'm very excited to see not only what you say, but what you bring to the system. Speaking of preparing, what category has been like your go-to, the one that you're ready for, the one that you think is like, I am going to not only slay at this, but I am excited about it.
So it's twofold for me. I love the fact that I can go into interview as Brandon, my male persona, and give them who I am on the outside, as well as that night truly transforming myself into Deja. But evening gown for me is, I just can't wait. I cannot wait to hit that stage in evening gown and just give them body and face and sophistication and
come on, body.
Everything what makes up drag, like, who is that full-figured woman up there? I cannot wait. So
you do well in gown too, girl. Very well. I learned a lot from you about gown from our years competing together.
Yeah.
And you have a custom gown, no doubt. I don't know if you want to reveal its designer or its look or anything like that, but I know you have a custom gown.
I'm going to let all of that just come to the stage.
Yes! Well said.
I mean, you were beautiful in gown already, so I can't wait to see what you bring to nationals. It was literally like the moment I was waiting for, and I gasped.
Same to me. Thank you. Like when I hit that stage at Kansas, I was like, oh, this is it. Finally, I've set out for 10 years. Like this is it. And now I'm back in it and I'm coming for it.
Tabby Cat and I were sitting next to each other and we both went when you walked out. So
oh, thank you. Tabby
Cat. But you sat out for 10 years from pageantry, Deja? I didn't realize it was that long.
I did. Well, 9 years because I do a charity event here in Lawrence, Kansas that I really have invested a lot of time in and energy. So I gave myself 5 years, and once 5 years was successful in this event, I told myself I would jump back in. But you know how it is. It's that fear factor of when you sit out of something for a moment and all this new energy and new blood starts coming back. And so, once again, my team, Mulan, all my dancers, family, friends who were pushing me to do this. And when Tajma, when you won Miss Gay United States, it was time. I knew that the sisterhood was going to be there. And the fact that Miss Kansas was there, it was in my backyard, like it all just made sense. And so it's a domino effect at this point. So
it sure is. Aaliyah and I know about the sister effect. It was... it adds to your hunger. It adds to your fire in competition when you have support on all sides. It really makes a huge difference. So I quite agree with that, and I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
Is it time for my last question, or are we still going?
Almost. I'm gonna.
I know she's timing us. I shouldn't worry about the timing. Should I?
You're good, girl. We have time. I was going to ask you what drew you to our system, but you talked about the sisterhood. So I do want to ask you one question outside of what Tajma was asking you, which is, I hope I'm not taking your question, Tajma, by asking this, but you talked about stepping away and the fact that you were working on something for years. Yeah. And I actually think you've reached out to me about coming to Kansas for this event before, and I would 1000% love to.
Aaliyah for it, by the way.
I would be in 2 seconds. I will fly myself there. I will flap my wings if I have to, because it's such a beautiful thing that not only Tajma has been a part of, but our sister Molten Decadence, who was a former Miss Gay United States at Large.
Yeah. Genewa Stanwyck.
Genewa, who's going to be on screen in a little bit, but. Can you talk a little bit about that? I want to bring attention to it. I want to make sure that we know what's going on and take your time just talking to us about what it's about and why you did it and how we can be a part of it.
Sure. Well, I host and produce a charity event called Transformations. We just completed our 9th year this year. And yes, cheers to that. Cheers. Transformations is a charity event. In its first stages, we took women of the community and paired them with female impersonators or drag queens to truly make them over and give them a moment to shine on stage. And this was a pageant style setting, so they competed in evening gown and talent and an onstage question. But the caveat to this whole thing is it's all for charity. And so Lawrence is very charity driven. We have over 500 nonprofits here. And I believe that we all know about Big Brothers, Big Sisters and the Humane Society, but you don't know about Baby J's Legacy of Hope. And you don't know about the smaller name charities that are truly impacting our lives and our community every day. Yeah. And so we went for 5 years, had 50 amazing women competing for different charities, local charities, and then we had an all-star year. And Transformations is truly transforming the lives of our community through awareness and culture. But with that, you have to transform the event. Otherwise, it becomes stagnant and dull. And you never want that for anything you do to be successful. And so we went back to what the basis of drag is, and that's dressed as girl. And so 3 years ago now, we brought on the men to let them compete, in their full drag personas. And truly, it is a freaking fabulous time here in Lawrence, Kansas. But we sell out within 30 seconds.
Oh my God, that is last year. That's amazing.
Yeah, this year we did our 80s theme, and we had 10 amazing charities being represented. The fact that men are comfortable in stepping out of their comfort zones.
Mostly straight, I have to say, mostly
straight men. Yeah.
Yeah.
Who want to do good and want to compete and raise $10,000 for a local charity says it all right there. And so the fact that this event has continued and sells out, our VIP section sells out within a minute. We have just under 600 in attendance each year at the beautiful Liberty Hall. Yeah, there you can see the before and after men. Yeah. Yeah. But it's such a unique event in the heart of the United States. And what better way to do that than literally smack dab in the middle of the United States, lovely Lawrence, Kansas. And so, with the pageant, I'm now dealing with how is transformations going to look, in 2021 and what that's going to be like. And so, as you know, tonight we're doing this show virtually, and that's what I'm having to think about now is how to take transformations virtually without letting that momentum drop. So
yeah,
no, I hear that. I think we all have to think about things. Tajma, you were going to say something.
I was going to say, picture this. So 10 many men in this very wonderful town, university town of Kansas, they apply to raise 10 grand by way of a drag pageant for their favorite charity.
Yeah.
Some of them have never met a drag queen before other than Miss Deja. And then they literally learn how to talk, learn how to walk in heels. Each of them are paired with a drag queen contestant or a consultant. I've been a consultant many times as well as a judge. So imagine this. I mean, the event is what Deja talked about. But the procedure to get there would be asinine, absolutely, in any other facet, except for the fact that it's raising 10 grand for a Lawrence charity.
Yeah.
But that asinine concept turns into magic for people who want to do well and hang out with a bunch of drag queens for an entire season and a whole night. It's great. It's
great. Yeah. Well, thank you, Aaliyah, for offering to come. We would absolutely love to have you here for the event. And Tajma, you have seen it from the beginning. You've seen how it's transformed not only myself, but our community and all those who have competed. So thank you for being a part of it as well.
You're welcome. Yeah. Oh, I love it.
I really want to say thank you for being here. I know that not all of the sisters that have qualified are going to be here, and Tajma mentioned this in the beginning, and so it really means a lot to have you here. It also means a lot to know that all of you have qualified and you've had a stake in the United States system, and that you're ready to put your best foot forward. Just because somebody couldn't be here doesn't mean that they are not as into the system, or they are not as rambunctious or not as ready to participate as any of you. But I do love that we get to have a moment with you. You all have not had the reign that typically you would have as a state or first alternate title holder. And so I wanted to give you a second to actually speak your truths and make sure that you were heard and not only as somebody who has been judged by me, but somebody who
judged.
but as somebody who is a friend of mine, you and I have communicated over the years, not only America but United States, and we obviously share a mutual friend, which is Tajma. But we've gone beyond that, and we have talked about our friendship and talked beyond that. And so thank you for being a part of this show, and thank you for holding your foot and making sure that you're heard and seen, and that you're going to be a part of this system, which is a system that's dear to myself and Tajma. I really, really, really cannot wait to see you compete. Yes, Miss Kansas, I am going to, we're going to bring on the next guest, but before we go, I do want to say, do you have any last words that you would like to say or anything that you would like to close out with? Yes.
Yes. No, I just want to thank you for giving us this platform to really come on and just talk about, the system, the states that we're representing, and just being together. We do not get the interaction like we need to every day at this point due to COVID. And I just want to say thank you. It's so great to just sit down and talk and be able to see who I'm talking to, whether that's through Zoom or Skype or FaceTime. Reach out to a loved one, a friend, and just say, hey, check on them, and just live the moment. Drag yourself out, and I can't wait for nationals. And again, thank you so much, Aaliyah and Tajma, for having me on this platform with you guys tonight. So, Viva Las Vegas and Viva Aaliyah, baby.
The best outro yet. Yes, Deja Brooks, give it up.
I love you, Deja.
Thank you, babe.
Yeah, she's a Kansas City girl for all intents and purposes, but she lives just about 40 minutes outside in the state, in central Kansas, western Kansas, eastern Kansas. She lives close, but in Kansas. Hi, Daisy Bouquet.
Come on, Miss Bouquet.
Kansas City girl. Drew Allen Donaldson. We need to make Drew Allen Donaldson known really quick because he is the
yes, please do.
Missouri, United States, which we have to link to our next guest, but I will lead you to introduce her when the time is right. I'm slowing down. It means I need another cocktail.
Yeah. Kevin Jones says, hey, loves, Bianca Blake Star, and I send our love. Yes, Miss Bianca Blake Star.
Bianca, I love
Lily
Bianca
Juju
so
Beach. All gorgeous
Lily,
ladies
hi.
and true inspirations from Lily. Brian Penny, yes.
Hi, Miss Penny. Hi, gal.
So Brian actually came with you when I was coming into town for you to win.
My Nebraska prelim.
Yes.
Nebraska, that crown up there and that sash up there. We came to Nebraska together. You came to Nebraska from New York. I came to Nebraska from Kansas City, and then I won the Nebraska title, which took me to Miss Gay United States.
Yes. Also, I want to say, Dominic, I did not say this to you earlier, but if a person named Connor comments, you can put him through. Connor came to my drag brunch earlier today and is a non-LGBTQ person, and I promised him that he could have a comment on the show today. So if a Connor messages in, we will figure it out if it's not the right person, but I hope it is.
I hope it's Roseanne Connor. No, I don't hope it's Roseanne Connor. My bad. I hope it's Becky Connor. Becky Connor.
Dan Connor. Yeah, we love Dan Connor.
Dan.
Taj, do you want to introduce our next girl? I believe she's from your hometown.
She is. She is from here in Kansas City, Missouri. She welcomed me to Kansas City years ago when I first moved here. And she, like Deja, is a dear sister, and the three of us know each other, so it's great to be around. She, in fact, entertained at Miss Gay Kansas. But she, in last November of 2019, won the title of Miss Gay Missouri, United States. She is also the first of her title. And I want you to welcome the whore of 84, the one and only Genewa Stanwyck.
Yes.
Hey, girl, you look gorgeous. Your hair.
Thank you. Oh, this whole thing. Oh.
I'm so glad you're here. Thanks for doing this. You know Aaliyah Martinez.
I do. Thanks for having me. I'm so happy to be here.
Girl, thank you for having me when I was in Kansas City.
Right. You did drag brunch with us the day after Miss Kansas.
Yeah, I crawled all up on your statue that you had in the Hamburger Mary's.
Oh yeah, she did do a shimmy down the mannequin that you had at Hamburger Mary.
You sure did.
A little shimmy.
General, you're in control of the shows at Hamburger Mary's, right? In Kansas City?
I coordinate the shows at Hamburger Mary's. I hire all the entertainers. I host a whole lot of shows. I just, 24/7, I'm entertaining.
Girl, you are a incredible MC. You are so funny on a mic.
Really?
You're so great to be around. You're a dear friend to me and a dear friend to Aaliyah as far as you can be with her living in New York. But we have so many friends in common. And boy, when you told me, I think I really want to run in a pageant to grab a crown to see what Miss Gay United States is like and to see what the whole endeavor is. And then, girl, you came and you slayed, and now you're Miss Gay Missouri United States.
Sure am.
I could not be prouder of you. You were so beautiful and so wonderful at that pageant. I can't wait to see you at Miss Gay United States in November. And I again, it's really an unusual thing to be a national title holder, and then to have people who see that and want to go, what's that all about? So you coming along and deciding to compete is a huge inspiration to me. Not only are so great on stage and so great in competition and otherwise, but I could not be more humbled and thrilled that you decided to join it the year that I was reigning. So
I mean, you talked the system up so much that I was like, it was the second pageant I've ever done, and I just took a chance, had fun, had way more fun than you.
Won.
I mean,
Slade, you won, girl.
It was a great pageant. It was the very first pageant of the entire prelim season. There were 3 people that night, all of which I was going, it's going to be a bloodbath tonight. It was such a great night. It was such a great pageant. And Drew Allen Donaldson, who commented a moment ago, we should shout him out. He's the promoter of the United States. So I'm thrilled that he commented and is watching.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, there's Drew right there.
Yes, actually.
Thanks, Drew. You owe me money for this.
Genewa, I was noticing the hair earlier, but then I didn't actually see your lapel because I was focusing on the hair. But your costume is blingy, girl.
That is sickening.
Thank you. I just thought I should dress up for this. I mean, we're leading, and so I might as well see. Look,
we're not wearing our costumes tonight, girl.
This ironically, this outfit was the first outfit for the first time I ever did transformations.
Oh yeah, Genewa.
Yes.
I haven't been able to fit into this outfit for 3 years, and now I'm in it. So
I'm gaining weight, COVID. Jenna was like, I'm losing weight.
I know.
COVID shit. I was like, fuck you, girl. Oh, can we say fuck you? I'm sorry. Like, fuck you, girl. We're all trying to fight the battle of the budget. Jenna was like, I'm down 20. That's fine.
Girl.
Got it.
Girl, proud of you. So proud of you.
Literally, things I haven't been able to fit into in 3 years are things that I'm not going to be able to fit into in 3 years. Okay. So thank you, COVID-19, and fuck you, Genewa Stanwyck, for losing weight. Taj, you have a question.
Yes, Jenny, I was going to say, I'll ask you what I asked Deja, too. How did you come to know me?
Oh, well, let me tell you. Got to take a drink for this.
Oh, yeah, me too. Cheers. What's in your glass, by the way? Can we ask you what you're drinking?
Yeah.
Oh, what am I drinking? I'm drinking a quirk from our local brewery, the Boulevard Brewing Company. It's kind of their take on Truly White Claw. This is blackberry sage, and what's in it? It's got carbonated water, alcohol from sugar, some natural flavors, and then some blackberry juice.
Sounds stunning. It sounds like your weight loss journey drink.
So much like White Claw before Tajma asked her question, does it taste like somebody literally just burped into a can?
Kind of.
Yeah, okay.
Kind of.
But I sign off on Boulevard, though. Their products are great. They're local.
Work.
They mostly make beer, and the beer is insane. And we love it all. But when you first held it up, I thought it was back to the early days, probably what you're about to address, how we met each other, of Genewa Stanwyck, making sure she had a PBR always. But girl, I didn't. I was like, Jenny's drinking a PBR and American Honey shot. That's what I want.
You want PBR and American Honey? Literally a bartender's worst nightmare.
Let me tell you. So, it was a stormy night. Sunday night, back in 2008, I believe. Back in 2008. One of the first few times I've ever been in drag. Me and my dear sis, Connie Carlisle, were sitting at the bar at Sidekick Saloon and, probably slapping the crap out of each other, just looking at each other going.
Drag wrestling was a thing back then, honey. Mattress or not. There was an old mattress. Sometimes that would end up on stage and drag wrestling would happen. But sometimes drag wrestling would happen without the mattress. Genewa has like cast iron titties, so she'd pull one out and give you a
So we were slapping each other. Tajma walks up and says, "You both are bitches."
I did not.
No, I just made that up. That was really fun. But like I've known you for a long time, even way before I did drag. Like I've been doing this for 13 years now, I think. I don't know, time flies, but we instantly hit it off as friends at the very beginning, and then we just grew into even more friends, and now here we are slaying the world, I guess.
Yeah. Oh, yes. I wish we had faced the light the other way, but you know, you can't. Because the lighting is from the left of that photo, but I will stop complaining about it. It was a wonderful night. A couple things about Genewa I have to say before we go. Genewa she really changed my mind, and I mean years ago, about drag. First of all, we performed in a Spice Girls tribute show together. It is a damn blast. It is 7 years running now, Jenny.
7 years.
Genewa's creation. She had a brainchild, and she went, why don't we do a great, fun Spice Girls lip sync party, blah, blah, blah. So me and Jenny and 3 other queens around town put on a Spice Girls show every year. It makes tons of money. Well, I shouldn't say that. I shouldn't say that in front of our fans, but it does. It's a great, I love drag money maker Spice Girls party. It's fabulous. She did an interview for a local paper about that show, promoting it as one does when they have a big show. And she said, you know, drag queens, and this is what changed my mind about a lot of things in terms of being a drag entertainer. Genewa said, to be a drag queen, particularly at a gay bar or an event like this, is to really be the party, to be the life of the party. Yes, we love living our fantasy, and our personalities kind of come out when we slap on the wig and some makeup and earrings, yada, yada, yada. But she said, really, if you emphasize your drag by being the life of the party every time, if you are the girl that's the party, it makes a successful drag queen. And I changed my mind, and I was like, that is exactly right. Genewa's drag began on that, and her whole drag philosophy is that. And it's another reason why I'm thrilled she's competing for Miss Gay United States, because
can't wait.
That spirit is going to come out, and it's going to remind us why we love drag, why drag queens are important, why it's not just the next person who has the next set of titties, you know what, fake titties, you know, or otherwise. She's going to tell you, I have a spirit of drag, and I'm going to promote it as Miss Gay United States, and I'm thrilled she's going to be there as Miss Gay Missouri. So anyway, I didn't mean to interject, Genewa, but that's my preamble to you.
Well, and to even carry on with that as well, like, you never know, in your audience, you never know what somebody is going through. And yes, there are going to be some mean people out there, because, you know, we're all drinking, and, you know, things can happen as you're drinking. You never know what somebody is going through, and you can always, you can change people's lives just by doing a number on stage. You can change people's lives by saying jokes on stage, by talking to them, to giving them a place, making them feel at home. Like, you're at a party at my house, and, you know, we can change lives. We never know how I don't know how to phrase it without sounding too sexual. You never know how you touch somebody until you've touched them.
Oh, yes. I think you said it perfectly. But no, that's about drag really transformed my mind about drag, because, you know, it can get, you want to take your art seriously, and you want to make money and make an impression. And sometimes you get buried in that. But you're like, look, girl, there's so much more fun to be had if you just focus on that.
Agreed. Yeah, no, I feel like that's the perfect way to say it. I did have to check behind me to make sure I wasn't in your house and I was in mine. But I do want to say that your style of drag is something that has just brought joy to my life. I'm so excited to see you at Miss Gay United States. I was so beyond grateful and so beyond inspired by being in a show with you. So thank you for giving us your talents and making sure that you were heard and seen and there. I'm overjoyed with all of you, and I want to see what you're going to do for nationals. Like, right now, I'm just itching to see what's going to happen. So, what's actually been the category that you've been excited for? What are you excited for preparing for?
Of course, talent. Talent is the most fun out of all of them. Obviously,
Same.
I mean, I can show all of my cards. Like, I get really nervous in an interview. Like, I'll walk in being like, oh, yeah, this is really cool. But then you sit down and you're just like, and then, you know, on stage question, it's so easy just to flub that up and being like,
Such as?
I haven't had any alcohol yet tonight, so my brain isn't working.
Such as alcohol, such as tequila.
Gown. I mean, I love gown too. Gown. There are so many things that can go wrong. You can trip. You can walk too fast. Oh, actually, I'm excited for talent, and I'm excited for Americana Runway. Those are two of the things that I'm looking forward to.
Can I interject, Jenny? You have a very incredible collection of 80s clothing, some of which you don't even wear because you're a collector as well as a wearer. And your persona as Genewa Stanwyck being the whore of 84, I think should be nationally known, first of all, because you're amazing at that. But I can sign off on your Americana that I won't give any details away other than that it subscribes perfectly to the Genewa Stanwyck School of Wardrobing. It is absolutely
changing up a little bit. I'll let that secret out. It's
okay, that's fabulous. I'm proud of that category for you too.
Me too. It's so much fun. That's the thing about the United States system is that it's not so stuffy. It's all about having fun and going out and just enjoying yourself. Because I was asking you so many questions that day of like, how are you supposed to model this? Like, how do you like? Do you have to do this triangle? Do you have to do all of this stuff? And you're like, no, girl, just go out there and have fun.
And you did. You nailed it.
That's it. It's not stuffy, and that's what I love about it.
Well, and just speaking about Americana Runway, I always tell people, it won't work unless it's your personal style. Mm-hmm. If you replicated the costume of the queen that won the category ahead of you, it worked for her, but it's not going to work for you because it's not your style. So it's a moment that you have to follow the rules with the colors and the representation of red, white, and blue, and otherwise I won't put up a contestant packet right here. But my point is you have to do it in your personal style, otherwise it won't work. Aaliyah is living proof. I'm living proof. It worked for us, right, girl?
Yeah.
Great. Worked for you too, Jenny, at Missouri. So here we go, national. Next step.
Yeah. I will say beyond that personal style is something that they're not ready for, but we're ready for. We are not ready for, but we're ready for. I should say we, because they regularly ask me to judge. So,
you mean as a United States sister? I mean, you're going to be present anyway. So it's
but I agree with everything you said. If you're not feeling it, and that should literally go for any pageant that you're going into. If you're not feeling it, if it's not your true self, then why is it what's representing you on stage? I mean, I'm a live singer, and that's because I feel strongly about singing in talent, and that's what I do. I felt very strongly about my Americana. Tajma's Americana was literally one of the best things I've ever seen. I gagged, I dropped dead. The way she modeled it, the way she was on stage was something that I haven't seen. Or whatever they said on Drag Race.
I was saying GB Couture. I was shouting out my designer.
No, I know. GB Couture is
for all of us. I love it.
Actually, a maker for all three of us.
Yeah.
Hi, Trifecta. GB Couture has done some wondrous things for all three of us, and will do some wondrous things for all of us at your hand down, your competition, and my first year being a former as Miss.
Yes, I'm proud to have you there. So we kind of talk about your talent. Do you want to reveal anything about your talent, or are you just saying that's your favorite category?
Wait, who, me?
Yeah, are you revealing something about your talent, or you were just?
Well, if you've seen my talent, you've seen it. You know it slays. It's won every time I've used it. So
come on, slays.
It does.
I do want to add something on to what we were talking about earlier. Like, it's my second pageant. One thing that is always, well, I guess third, or it'll be my fourth one if you count each individual. One thing that drives me crazy about other things that is not in the United States system is that they will look at you and they will tell you that your time will come. And that drives me crazy, is like, no, your time should be now. You should be encouraging these people that your time is now. Like, you just told me that I have to come back for the next 5 years, spend $10,000 each year to try to impress you for my time to come. No, my time is now. It's not, it's not.
We have all heard that, have we not, Aaliyah?
Yeah.
Exactly to what you mean, Jenny. I know what you mean.
Yeah. I mean, I couldn't agree more, and I feel like you're 100% right. That's not something that's ever been said to me. It's literally your clock, your timing, your everything is all against you as a person. It's when you feel ready. It's when you've prepared yourself the best. It's when you've done what you could do. It's it's beyond.
It's either you like me or you don't.
Yeah, it's beyond
not my
being
time will
told
come.
something.
I'm not waiting for a spot that should be handed to me at some point. If I'm your person, I'm here, ready, willing, and able. Let's do this.
Yeah.
Yes.
I have one last question for you, and then I'm gonna turn it over to Taj. If she has another question.
Sorry, Kevin, this is fun.
What actually drew you to the system? I mean, obviously sisterhood, but if it goes beyond that, then let us know. I am seriously curious. I believe in the system beyond anything I could say. I competed for it for 3 years before I did it. Tajma was not only a contestant my final year, but my dresser, and saw what I went through and what I wanted to do and what I hoped to do, and saw the light in my eyes for Gay United States. So what drew you to our system?
I will say 2 names, Tajma Stetson and Molten Decadence. They both of you, and even you two. I mean, I kind of met you after Tajma had already won, but
yeah,
they would talk up the system and talk about how much fun it is. And I don't want to say that it's all about fun. I mean, we're going to a competition and you're going to win.
Girl, we do drag.
You're spending a lot of money doing this, but if you're not having fun, then don't do it. I was fresh off of another system. Oh yay!
Oh my God! Literally almost brought a tear to my eye to see Molten. Hi, baby.
So I was fresh off of getting second runner up at another pageant, and like you were right about to go to Miss Gay United States, and Tajma was all these names. I'm getting excited because it's so like I'm excited. Molten was the reigning Miss Gay United States at large at that moment. You were the reigning Miss Gay United States, Aaliyah, and everybody would talk about how exciting it is. And again, it's a competition, but if you're not having fun while you're doing it, then it's probably not the right place for you. And then I went and did Miss Missouri United States, and it was so exciting. There was all the categories were exhilarating. Like Tajma couldn't really give me all of the answers of what to expect, but because you don't know what to expect until you're in them. And it was nerve-wracking. It was exciting. It was exhilarating. It was unlike any other experience that I've ever had in a pageant in my life. And it was great. And that's why I want to be Miss Gay United States. I want to help grow this even further as well. Aaliyah, you did a great job. Tajma, you've done a great job as well. And I want to grow it even further. I mean, it puts the fun back into pageants. And that's what I love.
That makes me so happy, Jenny. Yes, that makes me so happy to hear that and to know that you've even spoken that to me in person, but it's nice to hear again. And it really, I mean, that's what you want. I mean, if you're putting all this effort forward, you definitely want to touch your spirit, your soul. That's another reason why we get into drag. So if you're stripped of that, be it a pageant or a show or whatever you're up to, it's like, I don't want to do that again. So you go somewhere where it's going to be fun and make sense for you, and you did that.
Yeah,
I'm really proud of you. I'm glad you're here.
Thank you.
I'm beyond proud of you. I'm so happy that you're a part of our sisterhood. I heard so much about you from Molten and Tajma, and I am
two of my best friends, and I love
beyond all good, of course. But I'm so glad that we're not only sisters now. Because literally, I want to say this truthfully. Once you enter our system, you can win, lose, draw. You can be a national. You can be a first alternate. You can be a 10th alternate. You are a part of our family, 100%. And that. I also think is something different about United States. We will make sure that you are championed until you get what you want out of our system. Mm-hmm. And so I'm beyond amazed by you, and beyond enamored with you, and beyond infatuated with you, girl. I can't wait to see you in competition mode and ready to go.
On that. Everybody that's watching, if you get a chance to see Genewa Stanwyck, the Horror of 84, on stage or otherwise, please effing do. She is fabulous, a fabulous entertainer, an MC with the quickest wit. She's really fabulous. Like I said, she is a new coming.
Oh,
there she is. Yeah. And
that's the Hamburger Mary's that I performed at.
So were you calling bingo that night? Was that bingo?
Yeah.
Oh my God. I love it. So Jenny is fabulous. She's affectionately known, of course, by us because we're her sisters as Jenny, but she is Genewa Stanwyck, the Horror of 84. Her Instagram is
867-5309-816.
Come on, 867-5309.
Yes, Aaliyah, that's your next track, bitch.
Liv, I have a last question for you, and then I'm going to turn it over to Taj for her last question. I know everybody's asking because the two people in my home were literally like obsessed with your IG name and your like Cash App name and all of that.
Which is what? Tell us, girl.
So
It's the
talk
Horror of
to me
84.
about Horror of 84. Talk to me about why it is what it is.
Yeah, right down there I take hundreds, fives, tens, and 20s at horror_of_84 on Venmo, please.
Stop underscore.
Well, because Horror of 84 was taken.
By who? Fuck them.
I don't know.
Horror_of_84.
Listen, it's, I mean, I don't want to throw all of my cards out there, but, you know, it's really just, it's a rhyme. People remember it. It's a marketing tool. And one of the most important things that we can do as drag queens is have marketing. And it's marketing is one of your important things because you need people to come see you and you want to make fans and you want to keep growing. And it's a marketing tool. I did a photo shoot a long time ago and they labeled it the Horror of 84. And they were like, is that okay? And I'm like, yeah, I'm stealing that. And then it turned around that people now put their fists in the air and scream the Horror of 84, the Horror of 84.
Yeah, they do it in their bedrooms too, but she has footage of that.
That's different.
I was doing it downstairs, but I think it was in a different mode.
Oh,
He was at the Eagle.
Yeah, at the Eagle.
Call me, bitch. I wish Kansas City had an Eagle, but it's COVID. Let's calm down.
Well, but I guess I could expand just a little bit on the Horror of 84 as well, Aaliyah. I do a whole lot of 80s, like my shtick is, you know, 80s stuff. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Your performances are sickening. I mean, I live,
I
die,
make people
breathe
vomit
for
all
you.
the time.
Not vomit.
Live, die, breathe, vomit for you. Taj, I'm going to give you the last question of our contestant or the intro into our next contestant.
I'll do both. Jenny, in one phrase, tell me something that you could teach me. Now, don't teach it to me now, but just tell me the thing that you could teach me. One phrase.
Good question.
Is it tying my shoes? Is it making apple fritters? Is it condom?
I could teach you how to work a roller coaster.
Genius! Now I'm going to ask. Okay, I told you to say it in one phrase, but now I need to know why that.
Yeah.
Oh, because I work at an amusement. I couldn't think of anything. I was like,
no, that's genius. That's exactly what.
First of all, use that in your interview any way you can.
Agreed. That's why I asked it.
Yeah.
I didn't get to ask it to Deja, but no doubt she would have a response. To work a roller coaster. Okay, that's very interesting, and I feel like I want to ask all the contestants that. I have.
right.
Actually, can I plug my August newsletter real quick while I have Genewa here? Jenny, it is the questionnaire and the comments that I have for the judging panel for Miss Gay United States. So I am laying out on my cards there the commentary that I'll have for the judging panel for Miss Gay United States in November. I'm posting as my August newsletter at the beginning of August. September newsletter at the beginning of September. I'm so sorry. just so that I can let my sisters know that are competing what I'm going to tell the judges. And of course, the judges will interpret in their own way, but we will have no barrier from what I prep the judges to look for as the next Miss Gay United States, and you'll be able to read it too in the newsletter. Plus, I think it'll do well in the pageant reading community, those of us that read stuff about pageants, to know my, as Miss Gay United States point of view, what I think judges should know about the position. So that's one of the questions, and you just answered it, and it was really fabulous.
Or in the gay terms, read the pageants.
Read the pageants. Carrie Fairfield, is that still up, girl?
Actually, she lives in New York, and I've talked to her multiple times.
Oh, my. We should tap her brain. Get her on.
We should tap her.
We should tap her. The whore of 84, Genewa Stanwyck, whoring it up in front of us. I think that was paper mache. I don't know what she was doing.
It was
paper mache. If you're nasty.
Thank you for being here so much.
I love it. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you for being here. I really cannot express how much I'm excited to see you and all the other contestants. So
I can't wait. I can't wait. Mwah.
Mwah.
Is this goodbye? It's like how you do it virtually? It's like
let's do a goodbye with nails.
Oh. She's a classic right out of the salon French tip.
Genewa Stanwyck, come on, French tip. Just the tip in French, though.
I love that queenie, as do I love Deja and
Dominique Paul St. James.
Hi.
Hi, girl. How are you? Let's take a cover. That's my cousin.
Hi,
Aaliyah, can we hear you sing? Not tonight, baby, but maybe. Candace Marie, we stand Genoa. We sure do.
We do. Candace, a Kansas City girl. Look at that photo, though. Keep that photo up of Candace Marie for a second. Know and learn that photo, honey. She is taking the world by storm with that photo. She invented standing in that photo.
She was in the show that I was in, correct?
I think so. And if she wasn't, then we're gonna set you up together. She's a fabulous.
She's beautiful.
So fabulous.
Kim Stonner, ladies looking beautiful. Love your looks.
Thank you.
We love our looks. Chill.
Thank you.
Sickening. All right, Taj, let's bring on our last contestant, and then you and I will chat for a little bit afterwards.
Excellent. I had the humble privilege of meeting the next interviewed contestant right here last year, 2018, when I competed for Miss Gay Nebraska, United States. This individual is someone that I admire a lot. They are energetic and believe in the art of drag, and changed my mind about a lot about what we do in drag and why we love it, why we compete. And this person stood by my side when I won Miss Gay United States, was in my room tearfully cheering that night with a glass of champagne while I wore a crown and nothing else. Well, I had on shorts. But so this person has been with me my entire United States, Miss Gay United States journey. And I would love to welcome from Nebraska, the one and only Treasure Red Rose. Hey, Tresh.
Hi.
Hi, darling.
Gal, don't you look cute?
Thank you. I got a gig later. So.
I love your hair a lot.
Thank you.
Yes. Beautiful.
What are you up to? Did you have to get in the car and go get some to go?
The lighting is better here than in the hotel room.
Work.
So we're using natural light.
Well, go ahead.
I've got a benefit for nationals in about 2 hours, so
okay.
We're in Omaha for the night.
You're in Omaha. Where in Omaha?
We're at Flicks.
Excellent. That's where I won Miss Gay Nebraska United States. Yes, we were there together that night.
Flex is a stand. We stand Flex.
Yeah, we love Flicks.
Who's going to be there with you tonight?
Laura Gray.
Okay, former Miss Nebraska.
Yep. My drag son from Kearney is performing at Flicks for the first time.
Excellent.
Of course, Sterling, my husband, is going to be performing.
An incredible singer and entertainer.
Yes. Autumn Summers from Hastings. Katya Tension.
Oh,
yes.
Yes, I love her.
Excellent. That sounds like a great time.
It's going to be a blast.
Is your promoter, Barbara Love Sanchez, who we all love, going to be there?
Of course. She's our MC for the evening.
Oh God, I want to get the red eye right now to Omaha.
Literally, girl, take out those teeth. We're on our way.
So excellent. So this tonight is a fundraiser for Miss Gay United States.
Barbara always hosts at least one for the first alternate, and then one or two for the title holder. And since I'm the first alternate, this is my time. So I'm really excited. Excellent.
You are fabulous on stage, and it no doubt will be a great show. I love it.
Thank you.
I'm thrilled you were able to meet with us tonight despite your schedule, and I'm crazy about your look. You look great.
Thank you.
Side note, this is not my question, but I want to know what it's like to also have a husband that's an entertainer too. You guys do mostly shows together, or a lot of you, a lot of him separate?
It kind of just varies. There are some weeks where we are in a ton of shows together, and then there's like a month where we're going separate ways. Like I'm in Lincoln for the night, he's in Omaha, or last year during Carney Pride, I was actually down in Kansas in Topeka, and he's in Carney. So we're together a lot, but then it just varies. There are times where we are completely apart from each other. It's really interesting having a husband that entertains in this industry as well.
And he's not a drag artist. He's a singer.
He's a singer.
It'd be different if there were two queens in the house, but there's one queen, one debonair crooner in the house.
Yes. And we have got him in to drag as a queen once, and it's going to happen again.
Oh, really? I didn't know that. That's excellent.
Send us pictures, Traj.
I will.
Yeah, I want pictures. That's amazing. And you were talking about, you truly are a Nebraska queen. You are a staple in Nebraska. I came to know Nebraska and be a part of Nebraska because of you and Barbara, really. But I love it. I'm gonna plug a little thing that I'm gonna do next week in Nebraska. I'm in Lincoln next week for the Monarchs pageant. You knew about that?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll talk about that in a second. Sorry. Anyway, but you are a true Nebraska girl in that you bounce between your home, between Kearney, between Lincoln, between Omaha, and all the really terrific places there are to entertain the major bars that are in Omaha and Lincoln and all over Nebraska. So you are not just in one city at any given week. You are all over the place, and that's what a lot of you girls do. And I'm always so impressed by that. Like I'm just in Kansas City, like making it happen, except for when I have to go on the road. But you girls and guys are always on the road to a different city all the time. That's kind of how it is, right?
Yeah, it definitely is. For me, it's a little bit tougher because I live 3 hours away from Omaha. 2 3 hours. Yeah. And I actually have a bar title in Omaha with the Omaha Mining Company. Yes. So I'm constantly
our old bar. Fabulous.
Yes. It's a lot of dedication and a lot of miles put on the car. Like I just unfortunately I had to buy a new car on June 1st.
Is that unfortunately? That seems like it would be fabulous.
Oh no, it's good, but it's bad because it's almost at 10,000 miles already.
Oh girl, June 1st. Oh geez. Well,
yeah.
You have a new vehicle. But people can see you all over the state. That's what I love about you, and that's what I love about so many of my Nebraska sisters, that you guys don't just keep it at home. You go where it's exciting. And I've seen you in all of those cities. I have worked with you in all of those cities. I've seen you at the Max. I've seen you at Omaha Mining. I've seen you in Lincoln, all over the place. It's really great. And don't sneeze on a Midwest girl, honey. She travels. She's got it all together. And Treasure, you are a perfect example of that. And I'm crazy about it, which also makes you a really great contender to be Miss Gay United States, because you've been there before and you know what it's like to travel. You know what it's like to represent yourself and your title everywhere you go. And you do that. You manage to do that all the time. And to the point where you have invited me to so many wonderful, illustrious things that I want to come to. But I can't always make it, but I really appreciate the invitation, and I obviously will be able to cash in way more in the future when I don't have to be on the road for Miss Gay United States. So we'll absolutely make this happen. But you've been here in Kansas City, like you said, you've been in Topeka. You entertain in a bar in Colorado too, right? Isn't there a place in Colorado you go to?
I don't go to Colorado. I go to Rapid City,
Rapid City, excuse me. Okay.
Oh,
South
word.
Dakota. Yep. Yeah. I go to Sioux City, Iowa. I did a show last year in Spencer, Iowa. It was their first ever drag show. It was at a gentleman's club.
Oh.
So, yeah, I actually learned how
Tell
to
me
pole
about
dance.
that. Were you
I
the
learned how to pole dance just for that show.
How did it go, girl?
Really good. Really good.
Good.
Ah, work.
So you do a Maleficent talent that I'm nuts about.
Yes.
It's really dark and gorgeous. It's mostly about beauty and acting, and I love it so much. Girl. Oh, that is stunning. That is freaking fabulous. Was that at Miss Nebraska this year?
That one was not. I did do that talent at Miss Nebraska, but that picture was taken for Divine Diva in March, right before the pandemic.
Got it.
Oh, okay. Well, you have
That
this amazing presence as Maleficent, and
Yeah.
not to go on to Aaliyah's question because I know she's going to ask about Miss
No,
Davis.
please do.
But are you bringing Maleficent to nationals? Is what I want to know.
That's definitely a possibility. I have plans to bring Maleficent to nationals. I also want to bring a second talent just in case the judges aren't feeling that.
Okay, I get that. That's wise.
Yeah.
Well, I'm excited. This will be our second time at that pageant. Obviously, I'm serving in a different capacity, which I'm fortunate to get to. But I will be, I love you, girl. You held my hand that night that I won and just cried and cried and cried and cried. And you just sat next to me and we toasted and had a blast at Paradise. That was such a great night. There were a lot of people in that room, but you were the only one that sat right next to me and just held my hand. We had such a great night, and I will never, ever forget that. And we were a Nebraska team, honey. It was so great.
Yes,
you mean so much more to me, even just that. Hey, JP, our national promoter.
Bring the pole dancing to nationals as your talent. Yeah.
Find Maleficent and pole dancing. Oh my God. The stage at the park, Tresh. You've not been there yet, I don't think. Have you been to the park in Roanoke?
Be careful of that pole dancing on that stage, though.
I have not.
It's a huge stage. It is a beautiful facility. You're going to really have a blast performing there. And if Maleficent was on a pole, it would work because they have the space.
1,000,000%. Tresh, I do want to say that the beauty of you as a person is that most queens would walk away after they hadn't captured the title, and you were literally in the room with us championing Tajma for her year ahead, and not only championing but committing yourself to competing again. And so I want to commend you on that. I think you're such a beautiful soul and a beautiful person and a wonderful queen. I've seen you grow from my year to Tajma's year, and I know you'll grow beyond this, but you're such a powerful force that is going to make Gay United States even better than it already is. So I want to say that before I jump into questions, but
I agree with all of that.
Thank you.
I think you're such a wonderful person. How has it been preparing for nationals during this quarantine for you?
It's been an experience. I had a package ready to go for nationals before the pandemic. It was stuff I was kind of fine-tuned working on. Then the pandemic happened, and I'm like, okay, well, bills got to come first.
Yeah, girl.
My hours got cut at work. So that kind of had to get put on the back burner. And then not being able to do the fundraising and getting out and being with the public while preparing for this is the toughest part, because
I don't mean to interrupt you, but I actually want you to, for the people that are watching that are not familiar with pageants, because we do have a few of them. What do you mean by fundraising? Because I don't think people know, one, how much it costs to compete in a pageant, and two, how much we rely on our fans and the generosity of others.
Oh yeah, we definitely do. Pageantry is not a cheap thing to do. It takes a lot of dedication, and a lot of finances, because you have to pay your way to nationals. And when you live in Nebraska, you either drive 22 hours like I did last year, or you fly. Either way, that's not cheap. There's car rentals. That's just to get to nationals, but to fine tune some of your package is where the real money really comes in, where you're going to get a designer gown, or you're going to completely restone or rebeat another gown. Americana, it's an amazing category, but it is fashion. So you need someone that's a designer that has an eye for fashion.
Yes, work. Yes. Treasure, I love that.
Thank you. Nobody can really do it all on their own. And part of being a queen and being a pillar of the community is we also are held up by our community. Through the support and the fundraising, even if they can't give $1 towards something, they're there at the shows, or they're bringing friends. They're sharing your GoFundMe on Facebook. They're sharing your fundraiser stuff. So, if it wasn't for my fans, there's no way that I could be here.
Well, I'm glad you are, and I'm thrilled about November. Again, we're going to have, we're broadcasting this on Facebook, but I would tell you this in person. You and I are going to have some asides, because I'm going to need to just kiki with you like we did last year prior to during the whole thing. So
agreed. Same.
I'm so thrilled to have you there. It's like a whole full circle journey to have you there, girl. So I'm very excited. And like Aaliyah said, you've grown so much to present some really, really terrific things in nationals this year, to the point where you even competed in an online drag race. You did Eric Cavalli's
drag race. Oh my gosh, yes.
Girl, I swear, I was like, who is this queen?
You competed with my drag daughter, Olivia Lux.
Olivia Lux is your drag daughter?
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Yes.
She is so fierce.
And I was like, Treasure is preparing for the pageant of her life. I said, yes, you were doing Cavalli's drag race, but I was like, all of this great preparation is getting her ready to be Miss United States as well. So I admire that, and you did really, really well there too.
Thank you.
No, you were stunning in that.
Yeah, girl. Some of those looks, I was like, bitches need to be scared, because Treasure has creativity. And again, to mark your Maleficent talent,
yes,
you gotta have a spreadsheet. I freaking love that hair so much. Is it the one you have on tonight? Because I want you to.
It is. It is.
Roanoke, and it'll end up in my suitcase. I don't steal wigs. No, I'm kidding. Send me a link.
I'm actually. I feel like Treasure actually answered all of my questions.
Okay.
So I want to say this before I pass it over to Tosh for the last question. Treasure, you have been a force in, I think, both of our lives. You have been such a wonderful supporter and somebody who has championed us. And so I want to say this. You are a fierce queen. You have drive. You have passion. You have
kindness.
You have kindness. You have what it takes to be a national title holder. And I cannot wait, literally cannot wait to see what you bring to the national stage, whether it's November or beyond. You are going to be somebody who is a force to be reckoned with. And I am just ready for it. You and I have talked so many times, and I'm beyond proud of you. I'm beyond happy that you've had me in your corner. So thank you for allowing me to be a part of your drag career. But I just want to say that, like, girl, you're gonna bring it, and it's gonna be fierce. We're gonna fierce it out. Fierce.
I want to my ring.
I'm rewatching Top Model, so
Yeah.
Tyra's been feasting it for the girls. But you are really a force to be reckoned with, and I cannot wait to see what you bring. So I'm actually gonna toss it over to Taj for the last question, and then we're gonna wrap up the show for today. But I am so excited to see what you bring.
Thank you. It's been an honor. I am so grateful that I got to meet you, Aaliyah, the first time that I ran against Tajma on the state level, because you have been such an inspiration and someone that I can vent to or talk to or run ideas off of. And that's ultimately the amazing thing about the gay United States system, that maybe other systems don't have that as much, I feel, is that real sisterhood and that real family bond.
That means a lot, Tresh. And we had that immediately when we stepped away from Miss Gay Nebraska last time. And I couldn't ask for a better partner in crime. I mean, obviously, we'll be serving in different capacities this time at Miss Gay United States, but you're still my partner in crime, girl. I'm going to need you in my room.
Always.
That sounded dirty. I'm going to need you kikiing with me in my room when we're all there toasting champagne again. It's going to be a great time. Okay, you want my last question? Did you hear my question to Genewa? It's the same one.
Yeah. Yes, please go.
Okay, Tresh. Without teaching me, without going into detail, in one phrase, tell me something that you can teach me and Aaliyah. Without teaching me, without going into it, in one phrase, tell me something that you could teach me. Maybe it's how to knit, or CPR, or fellatio, or how to draw on lips well. Maybe it has nothing to do with drag. In fact, I kind of hope it doesn't have something to do with drag, because I know you are an intelligent, knowledgeable person about a lot of stuff. And I find you're in and out of drag. So what is one thing that you can teach me in one phrase?
How to ride a horse.
How to ride a horse. That's amazing. That's really fabulous. Okay, now
I like that.
To talk a little bit about it now that you've said it.
Yeah.
I think the ideal question, like in an interview, would be to just say how to ride a horse. But
before you jump into it, I do want to say all of these things that Taj was asking, well, not all of these things, but yes, all of these things. But this question in particular is something that we actually do look for anybody that's watching. The system wants somebody who is true to themselves, somebody who brings their own personality, somebody who is not willing to bend under the weight of the world and is really ready to bring trueness without being sounding weird, but trueness to the system. And so I think you saying I can teach you how to ride a horse is something. It actually is. It's a mind blown moment. I kind of have been thinking about all of your answers as a judge because I typically get asked to, but I was like my pen was ready to write after you said that. And so how would you? Taj was right. Like, I want to know, expand on that.
Why do you know about riding a horse? Like, how do you know about riding a horse?
I am the son of a rancher from western Nebraska. I grew up on a cattle.
Not to sexualize your dad in front of you, but that's kind of hot. But anyway.
Yeah. I didn't know if it was because your husband looks like but feels like a horse. Or if it was something else. So I'm here for it. Keep going, girl.
No, I grew up a very rural lifestyle, and I mean it's one of the great things about growing up that way. I learned the value of hard work, and I'm not afraid to get my hands dirty ever. But riding a horse, I mean, I knew how to ride a horse before I knew how to ride a bike.
Wow, that's incredible.
It's a huge part of my life.
Sometimes we've had very intimate moments, but I did not know that about you. That's amazing. I knew you grew up on a farm, and I knew you grew up in Nebraska, but I did not know that. That's amazing. But that's exactly like I'm going. I just to tell everybody that's watching, I'm going to in orientation when we have it together as Miss Gay United States. That's one of the questions I'm going to give all the girls, whether judges end up asking it or not. I'm going to give all the girls that question to prepare themselves, because it's not a great. Not only is it a great question, you said ride a horse. My mind is blown. But it's a great question for you to answer to yourself to prepare for a pageant interview. You know that, as you've done many, many pageant interviews before, and you do well. But you also have to. You can't just stand around eating Arby's curly fries before you go into interview. You're trying to get yourself together, like asking yourself questions in order to like charge yourself up for interview. So I would suggest that question. That is boggling, and I cannot wait to know more about your horse riding experience.
I also just want to say that as somebody who judges, and I actually this go around, my best friend, my dearest sister, my brother, my confidant, all of that is handing down, and so I don't think I will be judging. I'm literally crossing my fingers because I just want to be there and be present. But as somebody who has judged, that is one of the truest answers I've seen and heard from you. Not that your other answers are not valid. I think that everything you have said to the United States system is very treasured, very you, very, very valid, and very noteworthy. But this answer, first of all, if we say, what could you teach United States that we haven't seen before, and you say how to ride a horse, we're already and then beyond that, you talk to us about your family and how it taught you morals, and that's what I heard. It taught you morals. It taught you how to guide yourself. It taught you how to lead. It taught you all of these things. That's literally what I heard in your 3-sentence answer. Beyond that, so I think that those are things that all of the contestants that are interviewing with me and Taj or Ariane this week and next week should take into competition. I am very lucky that I interview well and have one interview in all of my years. And the reason I do is because I talk about me, I talk about my life experiences, and I talk about how they relate to the national system. And so I want to encourage you to continue to do that. Come on, Lights. I was
wondering about her light. I was like, Trash, it's getting dark out. Running in that light, work it out, bitch. You better do car lighting. Yes, indeed. Sorry,
but I want to continue to encourage you to do that, because that answer drew me in and took me beyond what I thought it was going to be.
And it'll say to a judging panel it'll say to a judging panel a lot. Even if you just end it riding a horse, it will say a lot to the judging panel that you chose that response. And that's the point of it all. We don't need you to teach us how to ride a horse. There's not a horse in this interview room for you to teach me. However, you chose to say that, and that speaks volumes about you.
Yeah, I want to say the best answer I've ever heard in my entire life, and I think, Taj, you were on the stairs for this one, was our Miss Gay United States icon. And we said, what can you bring to the system that nobody else can? And she did give a solid answer, but her first answer was, I'm a size 2 and nobody else is. Amazing. She wasn't wrong. Because, like, look at her. But then she said, she talked about it. She made sure that she was giving answers beyond that, but also relating to that question. And so I think you talking about your being able to ride a horse and why is something that is going to, not only in the Gay United States system, but beyond that, is going to elevate you.
I'm curious about you, which is
really
yeah. Well, girl, you need to send me the link to that wig, because I want one of those little white wigs. That's very, very
seriously.
It might look like a mop on me, but it looks gorgeous on you. Just saying.
Tajma Stetson is going to close us out with your question, and then her and I are going to kiki for a minute. But Taj, whatever you have to ask, I'm here for.
One last question for Trash. That's what I'm doing. Oh,
Yeah.
I didn't ask you this, Treasure, maybe because we explained it earlier, but how did you come to know me? That was my question that I asked Deja and Genewa. But, I mean, I know how you came to know me, but I want to hear it in your words.
How I actually came to know Tajma Stetson, I'd heard that you were going to run for Miss Gay Nebraska United States, and so I Facebook stalked you.
Ah, you did! I didn't know. Okay.
And I asked
Facebook stalk.
I asked people who were mutual friends of ours. I'm like, what can you tell me about Tajma? And the first thing everybody says is, she is such a sweetheart. You're gonna love her.
That means a lot. That means
And
a whole lot.
they did not disappoint. You didn't disappoint one bit. I mean, I knew the type of queen you were by your reputation when I walked into the pageant, and I was so honored and so excited to meet you and to compete against you. And then, of course, you winning opened the doors a lot for me, because you also helped throughout that year, helping me prepare for nationals. I mean, you were constantly, hey, how's your package? How's this? Are you doing good here? Do you need to talk? That mattered so much.
Mattered to me too. And we became such friends because of it.
Oh, yes.
And I'm proud of that. Very, very proud of that. I would not be as lucky a title holder as I am without you. That's for damn sure. You're here tonight. Thank you for doing this. I'm thrilled you have a gig tonight. But I'm kind of jealous. I'm like, bitch got a gig tonight.
Seriously though.
So I hope y'all make some good money tonight for Miss United States. That's exciting. Say hi to Barbara from us, because
yes, tell her to take them teeth out, girl, and live her life.
We shouted out the Kansas and Missouri promoters, but we need to shout out the illustrious winner of Promoter of the Year for the United States system. Say it together, the one and the only Barbara Love
Sanchez. I almost didn't say her middle name, but yeah, she needs that.
We love Barbara Love Sanchez so much. She introduced me to Nebraska and to Treasure, and she is a champion of our system and of my life and of yours, Treasure. We love her a lot. So I'm glad you're sitting here tonight. I'm glad she's your MC. You guys are gonna have
Is there somebody at your window?
Some guys just walking by.
Do we need to send somebody?
No.
Okay.
I've got a taser in my hotel room.
Oh, word.
She came with weapons, honey.
I want to say before we let you go, Treasure, everything you said about Tajma is beyond true. I was actually getting misty-eyed because I feel the same about her and him and them and my brother, sister, all of that. I could not be where I am without Tajma, and I am so beyond excited that you got to share that beautiful person with me. And I am so happy that you are a part of the system and that Tajma and I get to revel in your glory of competing and being a person that is a force to be reckoned with.
And a dear friend to us both. So.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you, baby. All right. Y'all get it for Treasure Red
Love
Rose.
you, Crash. I love you, sis.
Love you.
Have fun tonight.
Also, before we chat more, Barbara Love Sanchez, holy shit, what a wonderful promoter. Your promoter when you won Miss Gay United States. Love me some Barbara Love Sanchez from JB Gala. We need to give a shout out to the national owner, director, man that deals with all of our shit, all of that, to JP Gullah.
Our big daddy.
Big daddy.
Our big daddy.
I cannot thank JP enough for championing me before I won and making sure that I was here. So I sing live. Tajma plays live. JP, when I was competing before I won, was the first person to say, nope, that sound doesn't sound right. We have to go again. Again. you have to turn up this, you have to turn down that. And so thank you, Big Daddy, for doing that. And I know, Tasha, I'll let you do what you do.
I love JP because obviously we're working together right now, and I love that he is a staunch Democrat, as his Biden-Harris moniker says. He allows us all to be ourselves and bring our own branding and our own style to the position if we are humble and lucky enough to win it. My crown is right there. I keep it. That's that light that lights the case. Is the last light I
Mine's
turn
in eye view.
Right. So every time I thank the universe for the title, I thank the universe for JP and Ariane and the United States system in general. It's a dream come true, a match made in heaven. I couldn't even say it better. I have had such blossoming of my own personal expression during the time that I was a national title holder, which you would think would be under such rule. And it isn't. I feel so free and so wonderful and so expressive. And JP has championed all of that. And I highly recommend everyone here watching, particularly contestants, to get to know JP. It's a Facebook message away, honey, and he will get right back to you and say hello right back.
He really will.
No, and if you abide by the privilege to be Miss Gay United States, you're going to need to know him anyway. So I couldn't be prouder to be partnering with him on an extended reign all the way from May 2019 to November 2020. So I love you, JP. I can't speak enough about you, and I hope you know how to feel. Thank you for being here.
Yeah, I just want to say, somebody that has championed both of us and has rooted for us, not just championed, but literally like pulled himself together to make sure that both of us were, and all contestants were in their right mind and in their right space. Thank you, JP. I don't think of it, when I judge Gay United States, I've thought about this a lot. I don't think of it as I get to judge. I was being asked to judge, and that's because I was somebody who JP thought of as worthy. And so that's literally my mantra going forward. I was worthy to judge, and JP made sure that I felt worthy. So thank you, babe. You're wonderful. You are our national promoter. I'm so proud of both of you. Keep up the great work. Thank you. And also Biden Harris. Yes, let's do that. Tajma Stetson. The only question I have for you that is left for tonight, because I actually, before I ask this question, I have another question. Will you be a part of season 2 for me?
Yes.
Yes. So in season 1, closing out, the second to last episode, what is the thing that, and this is a personal question for both of us, what is the thing that you think draws the two of us together?
I can speak to inexplicability, even though I'm talking about something that's not to be explained. I can speak to it as knowing that between us. And that might seem cold, but it's the opposite of that. I can't put a pin in what has drawn us together as friends because of our years. And I mean years together. We met in 2005 when we were just in middle school. When we were super young, and we met before either of us did drag. In fact, we went out publicly in drag for the very first time on the exact same night. So Aaliyah Martinez and Thomas had the same birthday. What draws us together was the same thing that drew us together for the very first time, and that magnetism has never removed itself. It's never separated. And I think we looked each other in the eye a long time ago and went, I need to know you, and your love needs to be my love, and my love needs to be your love, to borrow a phrase from Whitney Houston. And it has not stopped us from pursuing our dreams, pursuing our loves, pursuing consistent communication between each other, self-expression with each other. And again, it's hard to put into words because, and I'm sure everybody watching now can understand what they mean about their best friend. We go, girl, we're best friends. It's beyond the words, and it really is. And maybe I sound like a bumbling, unarticulate fool at the moment, but I I understand that you can relate, and that anybody with a best friend can relate to, why you're connected, but it's too large and too important for you to put into words in any language. And we will always be together. I will be with you in season 2, like I was in season 1, but Viva Aaliyah, although it is a worthy and amazing monument of a project, is one tiny pin drop of the huge experience we've had as brothers, sisters, friends, confidants, and everything you listed before. You'll be singing at my funeral, and that means that you'll just be around to be with me until the day I go. Not to make it morbid, why did it go there? But my point is, there is not a pinpointed thing that I could put on it, because your presence in my life is super significant, and nothing can take that away. So the Viva Aaliyah audience can now take a swig of their Pepto-Bismol or their cocktail. Look, I drank all the way through mine. But I love you so much. I love this project. I love you and Dominic and everybody working together. You've been able to communicate so many unspoken things to an entire curious audience. Speaking to Maya Douglas, speaking to Tasha Cole, speaking to contestants from Miss Gay United States, speaking to Jimmy James. Everybody that you've done on this season has learned quite a bit about these individuals. But the main thing is, a drag queen can put on her best, interview the brightest that we know, and communicate some really great life lessons, COVID or otherwise, to a watching crowd. And that is the Viva Aaliyah. That is you. Those of you that don't know, out in Viva Aaliyah land, this is exactly what you get when you sit down with Michael Zamora on a couch. Usually there are snacks, because New York City has so many great takeout places. But Viva Aaliyah doesn't have the snacks, but what you see is what you get, and that's why this show is so significant. It is your heart, it is your experience, and makes us all have a blast with you, and I'm proud to be here and so excited for season 2. I know you got big things planned, and of course we'll have the new Miss Gay United States on, no doubt. You'll
Of course.
I hope you do. I'm hoping it's me.
I
kept saying during my reign I wanted to be 2 years, and now it's 1.5 years, and I'm a lucky bitch. So the inspiring thing about being here with you is all of the guests, this time with the contestants from Miss Gay United States, but watching week after week after week and learning so much from your interview, from the wonderful people that you've had here. It's been boggling. There's not another show that does this. No show does this. And it is without script, but it is all with heart and soul. And that's what you are as an individual, sis, and that's what this show is about. So I didn't mean to be like the final reel of Viva Aaliyah season 1, because you have a full episode. But it means a lot to be here, and it means a lot to everybody watching. And your show is all about your heart and the people you bring into that, including me. So I love you. Thank you for having me here.
I love you more than anything, but thank you. I feel like I want to ask one more thing, and that's what brings people. Actually, let me rephrase it, because I'm thinking about it. Literally thinking about it in my head right as we speak. What can we do to bring people together now? And I feel like that's something that Miss Gay United States can answer, and Miss Continental can answer, and Miss Gay US of A can answer, and all of that. Entertainer of the Year can answer, but I am asking my sister, Miss Gay United States, 2019, 2020-ish, what she thinks we can do, but what brings people together in today's times. And then we will close out and thank all of our guests, but I am literally waiting with anticipation. I'll shut up now.
This is a great question. The thing that has brought us together over the years, COVID or otherwise, the thing that has brought people together, I think, is understanding. Not to just put one, I know it's more than, things are inexplicable, like I said a moment ago, but understanding has brought us all together during the era of COVID. It has brought us together as a pageant system. It has brought us together as queer artists. understanding has brought people from coast to coast, from sea to shining sea, from the world over. Understanding has brought people together. And understanding is what our world needs now, because there's a lot to misunderstand, and there's a lot that's misunderstood, and there's a lot not understood between people. And understanding is something that we all need, we all want as a human life. And whether it be about riding a horse or teaching me how to do CPR, or I can't remember Genewa Stanwyck's response, but no doubt it was really quality. She taught me how to roll a roller coaster.
Yes.
Understanding about how to operate a roller coaster, understanding is, I think, what this show is about, what our existence is about. And we don't have to show love. We don't even have to show compassion, although we should. But we can absolutely show understanding. And that immediately connects us as heartbeats, as breathing souls, as people that belong, as citizens respecting each other as the universe. And I'm hoping, let's make it a vote speech, because we should do that every day. I'm hoping that a gained understanding right now is going to inform us about what the understanding for our future is as voting citizens of the United States. And there's nothing more empowering. There's nothing more to add to our responsibility, nothing more that we have to do than understand each other and our need to vote, and understand what Joe Biden and Kamala Harris, may I drop their names, are going to bring for our country. It's sanity and peace and some sort of semblance of newness, and it will stand for people like me and you, Aaliyah. It will stand for people not like me and you, Aaliyah, and it will stand for a quality of life that we need right now, global health events and otherwise. So I guess my one-word response would be understanding. And I want that with my own spirit, with my own soul. I wish for enlightenment and understanding. But I also wish that from person to person, from me to you, from you on, and all of our guests here tonight, and everybody watching Viva Aaliyah. Tune in for season 2. Well, one more episode of season 1 next week, next Saturday, with Ariane Descardeza and some more Miss Gay United States contestants. They will also reach deeper into understanding you and each other and this format, which I'm thrilled to be a part of. And I'll tell you what, if I ever got into politics and they needed somebody to do a filibuster, honey, I could A, filibuster, B, filibuster.
Whoever
and
Buster is,
Buster Parfait from Dairy Queen is also one of my favorite things. I'm not afraid. I don't really like a lot of soft things, but I do love soft serve. So I will go to Dairy Queen at my leisure when the time is right. Believe in science.
Come on, soft serve. I want to say this. I have beyond loved you from the day I met you. You are a friend. You are a confidant. You are a teacher. You are a learner. You are somebody that I cannot imagine my life without, much like our closest friends. But I think that you are somebody beyond even that for me, and that you understand me not just physically but spiritually, and I understand you physically and spiritually, and you are somebody that is without words without words for me. And so I feel like that's the best I can say. And so I was more than honored and more than privileged to almost take the crown from my head and place it on yours. And you understand what that means, even though I didn't physically do that.
Felt like in a way.
We emotionally did that. We mentally did that. We did it in a way that was beyond the people in the room, but I was that.
I'll get my mouth open, of course.
But look at mine too. I was literally like, holy shit! I got to do this to my best friend. So and if you could see Moulton's face, she was the same, because she helped me because I didn't know what to. I
love that photo so much.
The best photo we could ever have. was with all of us. Although there is a photo of all of us in our crowns as boys, and that was also
holding it on my hand.
Yeah. But I love you, and you are somebody that will never not be on Viva Aaliyah because I love you so much. And I will say one last thing for you, because I actually didn't realize we're pushing on 2 hours, which is fine. But what are your last words for our viewers, our contestants, and for life?
I'll partner with what I've been saying for my reign as Miss Gay United States. First of all, vote, 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 vote. Motherfucker, vote. Just vote. Let people know that you're voting. You should encourage them to vote. Vote. It's a time to vote. It seems like we have no other option right now than to vote. And obviously my year and then some as Miss Gay United States has been about voting. And I want you to vote. Also, my other thing is reach out to those that you know with HIV and AIDS. They're in various degrees of healthy living. But as a queer community, that's something that we have championed decades ago. I'm proud to be a healthy living member of that community, and I want you to do it for your best friend and the people that you know that are healthy and well. Reach out to them. Tell them that you're thinking about them. Let them know that they are special. They harbor something special no matter who they are. And that's something that is empowering behind our community, is the HIV and AIDS community. So reach out to those people that you know and encourage them in their life. And the last thing is November 11th, 12th, and 13th are Mr. and Miss Gay United States at the legendary park, at the legendary nightclub, The Park in Roanoke, Virginia. I'm more than thrilled to be there with Aaliyah and with our Miss Gay United States sisters and Mr. Gay United States brothers. It's a mouthful. It's going to be quite a party. It's going to be really fabulous. I'm going to try to be at my best wits, because at that point it'll just be me entertaining whoever there. And I would love to have a great audience, and you're just not going to want to miss it. The 3 ladies that we spoke to tonight are amazing queens. And if I had a person say to me recently about the prelims coming up that it's going to be a bloodbath at nationals. And we mean that in all the best, because a bloodbath and a passion, the particular national passion, is a good time. It's going to be a good show. People are fighting for their job. People are fighting for their salary and their experience as a national title holder. So I'll leave you with that. Don't forget the dates. November 11, November 12, November 13th. 11 to 12 being Mr. and 12th and 13th being Miss Gay United States in Roanoke, Virginia. And I think that's the end of my PSA, Aaliyah. Thank you for having me.
I love that. I want to say I wore those earrings in my presentation because of Tajma Stetson.
Oh.
And they look sickening on you.
Thank
Also, I just want to say, give it up for my friend, my confidant, my brother, my sister, my mentor, my everything, my queen, Miss Gay United States 2019, Tajma Stetson. Thank you for being on the show. I love you, and I will talk to you in just a second.
I love you too. Mwah.
Mwah. All right, everybody. That is the end of Viva Aaliyah tonight. I cannot echo the words of Tajma Stetson more. Vote. Vote, 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 vote. Give it up for the vote. OneWeAllVote.org. We've talked about this with Khalil Valentino. I don't care. I do care, but I do care. I don't care who, what, how you vote for, but vote. Your right as an American citizen is to vote. It is to speak your mind. It is to make sure that you are heard. And the way you are heard is to vote. It is to vote. So vote. I don't care how you see yourself as a national citizen, how you put yourself in the American society. Just vote. Just fucking vote. I will say on my end, and for the people that I vote with, we cannot endure we cannot endure 4 more years or beyond of what is going on in this society. And these contestants, our current queen, myself, have ran for this competition because it literally stands for who we are as American citizens in a free nation. And so if you can't vote for a person that is standing up for your rights, then I don't actually think you're voting. You are conceding. So I just want to end with that. Vote for your person that is going to unlimit your rights as an American citizen. And I love you all. You're wonderful. We have contestants group 2 from Miss Gay United States. And I will see you next week. Viva Aaliyah.